Stephen King is an author that I have read several books from and really enjoy. Richard Chizmar, another author I've read and enjoyed. But what happens when these two authors collab on a writing project together? Will it consist of the best parts of each one, or will one's writing style dominate the other? What up, nerds? My name is Leslie Smith. Welcome to The Nerdy Narrative. Today I want to talk to you about the first book in the Button Box series by Stephen King and Richard Chizmar, Gwendy's Button Box. This is a novella. It's little. It weighs in at around 166 pages. It is in the horror genre. And to put it quite simply, it's a coming of age story. But it is the most unusual coming of age story I've ever read. And now that I'm thinking about it, I think all of the coming of age stories I've read in my life have been in the horror genre. So I think that's why this felt so odd to me. It was sort of normal, or it felt normal compared to the others I've read, because not a whole lot happened. And because I've read both of these authors before and they just really did a great job of either instilling fear or dread or scared the stuffing out of me, I was expecting that in Gwendy's Button Box and I didn't get it. Now, did I meet a character that really gave me a thrill of excitement in chapter 1? Absolutely. And in fact, that's the whole reason I finally picked up this trilogy. Well, two reasons. One, the final book is coming out in May in paperback. It's already out in hardback, came out in February. Two, it's written by Stephen King and Richard Chizmar. Both are authors I like. And three, the third book is rumored to be something involving the Dark Tower, which is my favorite fantasy series. So as a result, I wasn't expecting any surprises or Easter eggs until book 3. Well, I got that in book 1 and I was so excited. And I have to wonder if that messed with my expectations. Maybe a little. But also because I've read both of these guys before, I expected to see something more than what I did. Was it a good book? Yes. It's definitely a good book. I'm glad I read it. I'll read it again. I mean, it only took me an afternoon. There's not a big time investment. Maggie Siff is the audiobook narrator. Loved her because what happened is I started reading it and then I needed to do some stuff around the house and I didn't want to put it down to do so. So I checked the audiobook out from my library and just kept rocking. Audiobooks is the best invention ever. Absolutely. Hands down. Thank you for whoever created those, because housework is no longer a chore. So what is Gwendy's Button Box? What is this story about? Okay, we open up, we're in Castle Rock, Maine, a familiar setting for those of you that are constant readers of Stephen King. We begin in 1974. Gwendy Peterson is our main character. She's 12 years old and she is running up what is known as the suicide stairs. Because there's been a couple of deaths off these stairs. They don't know if people fell off or jumped off, but they got nicknamed the suicide stairs. Why is Gwendy running up these stairs? She got picked on. She was being bullied because she was overweight for her age and the kids were calling her Goodyear Blimp. After summer, she's going to be starting middle school. She wanted to change her appearance and it's working. And one particular morning when she completes her run up the stairs, there's a gentleman waiting for her. She's leery of him. She doesn't know him. She's keeping her distance, but he quickly dispels that. His demeanor, the way he looks at her and talks to her, did not give off Chester the molester vibes, and so she does sit and talk with him for a while. And he gives her a box. And there is something to this box, about this box. There's 2 levers, one on each side. One dispenses chocolates in the shape of animals. The other dispenses silver dollars, mint condition. They're worth a lot of money. And then the box has buttons on it. 7 buttons, and they each stand for something, but 2 of the buttons, the man doesn't tell her exactly what they do, but he tells her something about those buttons, and she becomes the keeper of this box. He's gone before she can really ask questions as to what is she supposed to really do with this box. What is her role, honestly? And we see her growing up over the years with this box, what she does with it or doesn't do with it. It is very interesting, but I kept waiting for something bigger to happen than what it did. And honestly, like I said at the beginning of the video, it's a coming of age story. And I enjoyed it. I related to it in a lot of ways, but I just kept waiting for these guys to do things that I've loved from them in past books, and it just didn't happen. Is that my fault? Did I have my expectations set a certain way? Is it possible to go into a book with no expectations from writers that you know and love and you're used to them doing things with? I don't know. But then again, it's a novella and it is part of a series, and there was some things left at the end that has me excited to move forward in the series. So maybe I should hold off and rate this as a series. Maybe it's not one you can say, well, I read this book and I liked it and I think you will too. I don't know if you would. It's a middle of the road book for me. I don't know if you would like it. Maybe I'll do better to tell you after I've read the whole trilogy. Maybe you need all three to form the big picture to understand, or at least for me. That's my take on it. I'll check in with you guys when I read the other two. I'm gonna read one a month. So what month are we in? We're in March. So March, April, May. So by the time May hits, I'll be able to tell you more about the trilogy as a whole. Guys, thank you so much for joining me today talking about a book I got nowhere with. I don't know what to tell you yet. I'll try to do better when I read the second book in the series. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.